Hello Internet, welcome to Jaunty Adventures. Talk about the cuter side of gaming every week. Today I've got a really cute indie game for you. It's called Kero Blaster, and it indeed is about a frog with a gun. So, for the record, if I accidentally call it Frogun, that is another game that I'm keeping an eye out that isn't released yet. It's an N64 style, 3D platformer that's coming out soon. And I did cover it on my companion email list, the Beep Boop, where I'm covering a bunch of upcoming games featuring more froggies, because all games should be about froggies, let's all be honest with ourselves, and they're finally catching up with the demand. So if you want to check that out, I've got a link in the description below. Otherwise, let's go ahead and discuss this game, and that will be Kero Blaster. So I actually, despite my obvious obsession with frogs right now, for the memes, for the cuteness, I didn't really expect to like this game. I have a little bit of trouble sticking with pixel platformers, just because they can get kind of frustrating and annoying sometimes, especially towards the end. I have a bad tendency to play about 80% of it, get stuck on like the second to last level, and then bounce. But I got really into this game, mainly, well, for a couple of reasons. Not just because the art is so cute, so up my alley, absolutely adore it, and because the shoot 'em up aspects add a lot of originality. They add a little bit of uniqueness and set it apart and made it extra fun, a little bit more challenging in like a different way than a lot of the pixel platformers that come out. But also because it does something really smart. One of the things I like best about like retro revival games is that they can iterate on the Super Nintendo or Nintendo era. So if you go back and play NES, I might have a collection walkthrough coming up, I'm not sure, but if you go back and play those old games, a lot of them are still fun. But there are definitely things that can be improved upon in the modern era, like save states, and just generally how mechanics work. We know a lot more about video games. We can make them run a lot smoother than they did in 1989. So I really like seeing innovation still in the kind of retro revival games that I've been playing. And this is a really good example of this because of that iterative newness, because it steals a lot of things from like a roguelite. So every run you gain coins that can be used in a shop for either like power-ups, hearts, or new weapons. And all of these things roll over through every single run, and none of your coins are taken away when you finish a level. This means that every run, like in a roguelite, feels important. So while they do, if you get defeated and lose all your lives, you do have to go all the way back to the beginning of a level, but that feels like you're still accomplishing something. You're gaining coins, you're gaining power-ups, so a lot of the times if you fail, you can go back, you can buy another heart in the little hospital where you reset, and then you can start with a little bit of an advantage than when you did last time. And especially because I got stuck on a number of the bosses, which are all really fun, but a couple of them are really challenging and take a while to figure out their patterns and kind of how you're going to go at them even. So it was nice to be able to, when I would go back as the levels began to get longer and I lost more and more progress, it was really helpful for me to be able to say, okay, but I gained, a couple hundred coins, I'm about to get a new upgrade, if I go through it one more time, I'll be able to upgrade the bubble gun. I think that's what I need, to defeat the train monster. And just that kind of stuff really made a very satisfying play loop and added a lot of replay of like fun and lack of frustration to keep me over kind of the hump where the game started to become really challenging, and it made me want to actually continue playing. I did defeat the main campaign. It's got a really great New Game Plus as well. In addition to just the standard New Game Plus where you start out with less hearts and the enemies are tougher, you also go all the way back. You have a whole different gun, for one thing. It's got a palette refresh, not just on your character, who's now a blue frog with orange cheeks, which is adorable. And all the levels have a palette refresh. The first level is fall instead of summer, which is pretty cool. But what's most impressive, I think, is that it starts a whole new little story mode. So the campaign for your first game is that you're working for Frog and Cat Corporation. The cat seems to be going a little bit insane, and you're tasked with like resetting the little transporters, and it goes from there. The second game has you going on like a corporate vacation, and that means that you have to revisit all the places that you've just been through those portals that you had before. So it seems to have a fully different narrative that launches from that, and I think that's really, really cool. That's a great way to get you invested in playing the game, and just adds a lot of replayability and is really, really interesting. I really haven't gotten past the first level though, because after how long I spent in the subway tunnels, I am not prepared mentally, physically, or spiritually to revisit this game right now. That is absolutely not a diss on this game though. If you want to check out a really, really fun pixel platformer, a really great example of what can be done with this style, and just a game that's just really, really cute. I loved playing it in handheld mode. I like throwing it up on the TV. Oh, I forgot to mention, like, every song in the background is a banger. It has great sound effects. They sound a lot like the Game Boy Color era of Pokemon games, and it is so catchy and so fun. All the sound effects are good. You make little plop plop noises, which you know is an A+ in my book. So I ended up just absolutely adoring this game. I highly, highly recommend it. Go check it out. Tons of love to Pursuing Pixels for showing me this game on Twitter, even though I immediately was like, I don't know if I can take another pixel platformer, but I ended up picking it up on sale and loving it. I'm gonna cut some of this out because I'm rambling, but just a quick little video today to tell you guys to check out Kero Blaster if you want to be a little bit challenged and have a really fun, cute time. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!